Well, I think the price that people pay to be the person that you admire is just such an interesting frame. To look at someone like Elon Musk, my mind is a storm. I don't think most people would want to be me. The price that you would have to pay in order to be me is not one that you would. But you're one of the richest men on the planet, and you get to, dance on stage and release cars that are bulletproof and put rockets in space and stuff. Well, yeah, but what about all of the baggage? What's the price? What's the entry price?
He also appears to me to be hyper conscientious, and I know people who've worked with him. Like, Musk isn't just a creative genius. He's also an extremely conscientious engineer, and really conscientious engineers, they have very interesting minds. I like talking to engineers because my brother-in-law is a great engineer. And when he understands something, Jim, when he understands something, he understands how to build it out of atoms, right? Like, he understands it at every single level. And Musk appears to me to be someone who's this rare combination of hyper creative, but also hyper conscientious. And I know that he works all the time.
Yeah. Does that sort of hypertrophied executive function help to wrangle some of the diffuse creative energy? Oh, we're going to put it into this one thing, at least for a while, and then we'll move on to another thing.
Yes, definitely. Eric Weinstein's a good example of someone. I hope Eric isn't annoyed by this, but Eric is unbelievably creative, but he's not particularly conscientious. And so and I think he found an occupation where that works extremely well, because I don't know if he's still doing this, but he worked with Peter Thiel for quite a long time as his idea man, right? And Eric's an extremely interesting person. Musk is hyper creative, and as far as I can tell, hyper conscientious. And the conscientiousness does focus. And that lots of people who are creative aren't conscientious. Well, it's rare. Like, if you're there's no correlation between creativity and conscientiousness. Okay, so if you're 1 in 1,000, if you're the most creative person in 1,000, and you're the most conscientious person in 1,000, you're one person in 1,000,000. And Musk is probably more like one person in 100 million, right? Something like that, maybe more, or maybe 1 billion, right? Maybe.
Yeah, it's interesting to consider the changes that happen to people as well as their platforms, as the scrutiny around them continues to increase. Obviously, this has been a journey for you over the last, nearly approaching 10 years now. Was it 2006? Was that still C16?
2016.
2016, yeah, sorry. How have you found fame change you? What's been impacted or changed due to the scrutiny and the surveillance and the adoration and the criticism?